before I hop into this week, I'm just going to go over the records from last week. Madden actually beat me last week with the record of 9-7. I only went 8-8. And we're going to start this video by talking about Bears Commanders. And me and Madden both thought the Commanders are going to win. And we both got that pick wrong, so that puts us both at 0-1. Now we're going to head to the games we are not about yet because they have yet to be played. Jags and Bills is up first. And it's going to be a London game played technically at 9:30, but I have to say 1 in Madden because they're incapable of making it at 9:30. All right, so it looks like Madden thinks the Jags are going to be up by 4 in the... Well, never mind. The Bills just took the lead. They had the lead, but now they got it back. So now they're up by 4, and the Bills actually score a touchdown with just about very little time remaining. Or maybe there was no time remaining. I can't really tell. But either way, the Bills win this one 27-24. And I agree with Madden. I think the Bills are going to win this game. And that means me and Madden so far have picked the same teams to win. And that'll take us to our next 1 o'clock, or actually our first 1 o'clock game technically. Saints and Patriots are up next. And we're going to see what Madden thinks about this one. Right now, the Saints are sitting at 2-2, and the Patriots are 1-3. So both these teams definitely trending down because the Saints started out 2-0, but they've lost 2 in a row. So they're trying to snap their losing streak. Patriots trying to improve to 2-3 and get themselves back in contention for the playoffs because right now they're not in it. And it looks like Madden thinks the Patriots will make some progress in doing that as they beat the Saints in this simulation 14-10. And this is another one where I agree with Madden. I do think the Patriots are going to win. I think that their defense can really get to Derek Carr and the Saints. So me and Madden, once again, we agreed, and we're yet to have different picks so far this week. All right, our next game is going to be between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. Both of these teams are sitting at 2-2. Colts could be at 3-1 if they were able to beat the Rams. They made a 23-point deficit disappear just to lose in overtime. Titans shocking the Bengals. And both these teams are 2-2, and whoever wins this game will take over first place in the AFC South, assuming the Jags and Texans both lose. And it looks like Madden thinks the Titans are going to win this one with a score of 17-14. And I agree with this one as well. I do think that the Titans are going to win. I think they're going to get to Anthony Richardson because they have a pretty solid defense, and I think he will struggle in this game. Okay, our next game is going to be between the Ravens and the Steelers, an AFC North game. You know this one's going to be close or not close, depending on who you root for. Ravens-Steelers, you know these teams are going to play each other hard because they're divisional opponents. They don't like each other, so they will do whatever it takes to win, more so than they normally would. And Madden so far has the Ravens up by 7 early in the 4th. Now they're up by 14, and now it looks like the Ravens are just taking this one away with a score of 38-14 as the Steelers kept it close for a while, but they couldn't really, grasp the Ravens' offense in the 4th quarter because that's where they scored a lot of their points. I actually think the Steelers are going to win this game, so that's going to put us with the 1 difference so far. All right, our next game is going to be between 2 kitty cat teams in the NFC. It's going to be between the Panthers and the Lions. Panthers still have yet to win. They're the only team that's yet to win a game. Lions are actually really good. They're 3-1, and they've been playing like they're contenders. So, yeah, I would assume the general public would think the Lions are going to win. Madden seems to think that the Panthers are going to be up by 21 at a certain point in the game. Lions trying to come back in this game. So they're only at 5 points down, but the Panthers actually upsetting the Lions in this one with a score of 21-16. I think the Lions got this one. I don't see any way Bryce Young's going to lead the Panthers to a victory against a Super Bowl contending Lions team. That's going to put me and Madden's differences at 2. All right, our next game is going to be between the Texans and the Falcons. Both of these teams are also at 2-2. And the Texans have won 2 in a row and are looking really good. And the Falcons, on the other hand, have lost 2 in a row after starting off 2-0. So, yeah, one team's trying to keep their momentum going, and the other one's trying to snap their losing streak of 2. So we'll see what Madden thinks is going to happen out of this game. Because right now, the Falcons are up by a lot. They're up by 21 points. Now they're up by 28 points. They just have them blowing out the Texans 34-6. And, I do not agree with this. I think C.J. Stroud's going to light up the Falcons defense. I don't think Desmond Ritter's going to lead the Falcons to 34 points. So that's going to put me and Madden's differences of 3, with us disagreeing 3 times in a row. Okay, our next game is going to be between the Giants and the Dolphins. The Giants looking pretty shaky against the Seahawks when they played on Monday night last week. Dolphins also looking pretty shaky against the Buffalo Bills. Everyone thought that game was going to be game of the week, but the Bills put the Dolphins right to sleep. So both these teams definitely trying to get the win, get back on track, just because, they both lost in embarrassing fashion last week. And general public probably thinks the Dolphins, I would assume. And Madden thinks the Dolphins are going to win, but it's going to be closer than what I would have expected it to be. Score is 25-20, and I agree. I think the Dolphins are going to win, and I think they'll win by a lot more than 5 points. I don't know what Madden's thinking, but yeah, at least we agree on this one. So our differences stay at 3. As we'll hop into our next game between the Bengals and the Cardinals. Both these teams sitting at 1-3. And the Bengals, they have not looked good this year. They've looked pretty sluggish this whole year. And the Cardinals, they haven't looked like amazing, but they've looked a lot better than what a lot of people expected. And we'll see who Madden thinks is going to come out on top on this one. Both these teams took an L last week, and both in pretty embarrassing fashion. And, both these teams, one of these teams will win, hopefully, assuming it's not like a tie. And Madden thinks the Bengals are going to win this one with a score of 34-17. And I actually think the Cardinals are going to win this game. I don't think the Bengals are going to get back on track this week. I think the Cardinals are going to upset the Bengals, and that's going to really put the concerns of Bengals fans through the roof. And that's going to put our differences at 4 so far. All right, our next game is going to be between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. Eagles have still yet to lose a game. They're 4-0. They're a sloppy 4-0, but they are 4-0 nonetheless. Rams are 2-2, and they arguably should be 1-3 because they blew a 23-point lead against the Colts, as I previously mentioned. But they managed to get lucky and win in overtime. So, yeah, definitely if they win, hopefully they don't win like that. At least that's what I'm thinking they would think. As they do think the Rams will win this one 31-24. As if this does happen, this would be the Eagles' first loss of the year. And no, I don't think the Eagles are losing this game. I think their talent deficit against the Rams, I guess the Rams' talent deficit against the Eagles is just too much. So that's going to put our differences at 5. Okay, our next game is going to be between the Jets and the Broncos. And, one of these teams won last week, a game they probably shouldn't have won, the Broncos. And the Jets, they lost their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, for the year, and they just haven't been able to recover from that. As this game's probably going to be kind of boring. And looks like Madden thinks the Broncos are going to be up by 25 points. And now they're up by 32 points. Jets don't even look like they showed up to this game. And they're scoring a little bit, but it doesn't look like they're going to get enough, as they're still going to lose by 18 points, as this would give Denver their second victory in a row and of the season. And no, I'm a Broncos fan, and there's no way in hell we are winning this game. We got lucky last week. We are not getting lucky again, and that's going to put our differences at 6. All right, our next game is going to be between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings. Chiefs are 3-1, but they're a sloppy 3-1. They've definitely had some close calls. Vikings are 1-3, and I think they're better than what their record shows. I think they have gotten kind of unlucky in some of their games. And I think this game's going to be a lot closer than what people think. People think the Chiefs are just going to blow out the Vikings, but I think this game's going to be close, as Madden thinks differently, as they think the Chiefs are going to just blow the Vikings out. That's basically what the people think are going to happen in this game. Chiefs win this game 38-17 according to Madden. And I do agree the Chiefs are going to win, but I do think the score will be a little closer. I don't think the Vikings are going to get blown out by 21 points against the Chiefs, because they're sloppy. They're not as clean as they usually are. As our night game on Sunday night is going to be between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers have yet to lose a game. They're sitting at 4-0, and the Cowboys are 3-1. And they've looked pretty good, too. They only lost one game. I mean, that game was to the Cardinals, but their other games, they've looked really good. So, yeah, this game's definitely going to be a big, it's going to be a big indication on who the real contender is. And Madden thinks this game's going to be close. It actually went into overtime. But ultimately, the 49ers will win this game in Madden, 16-10. And I agree. I think the 49ers will win this game because I just think they've got a better roster top to bottom, and they've got a better coach too, so that definitely helps. All right, our final game this week is going to be between the Green Bay Packers and the Las Vegas Raiders. The Green Bay Packers, they lost to the Lions in pretty embarrassing fashion on Thursday Night Football last week. And the Raiders, what did the Raiders do? I can't remember. Oh, wait, yeah, they played the Chargers and they lost. And they start a rookie quarterback, and I'm pretty sure they're starting that same rookie quarterback. His name's Aiden O'Connell this week. And right now, Madden thinks that the Raiders are going to win, it looks like, because they do, as the Packers unable to score again. I don't know. I don't think the Raiders are winning this game. I think the Packers got this one, and that was our final game. That's going to put our total differences at 7 points, as Madden putting Jimmy G in the game, even though realistically he shouldn't be in there. So yeah, differences at 7, and I'll see you guys next week.